We continue the journey. Today we are going to Switzerland, to Switzerland's second most popular city, Geneva. It is a beautiful city located on the southern shore of Lake Geneva with many attractions. Lake Geneva is the second largest lake in Central Europe after Lake Balaton. 60% belongs to Switzerland and 40% to France. One of Geneva's famous sights is a giant jet of water, which is the sixth highest fountain in the world. It works all year round and shines in colorful lights at night. What made Geneva world famous? It became the soul of the Calvinist religion. John Calvin served God here from 1536 until his death to 1564. Two monuments preserve this event that moved the whole world. The first is St. Peter's Cathedral, which is currently a Reformed church, the central seat of Calvinism. John Calvin held services here, whose former chair can be viewed in the church. The other is the International Memorial of Reformation, where statues and reliefs commemorate not only Swiss, but also foreign famous figures of the Reformation. The Wall of the Reformers is located in front of the University of Geneva. Let's get to know this cardinal personality and his predecessor. In Zurich, Switzerland, Zwingli was the first reformer to see that the church's doctrine was not in complete harmony with the Holy Script. He criticized the church's pride, power, and materialism, the indulgences, and the earthly divinity of the Pope. He became active during the Lutheran reforms. He was a camp chaplain, and in 1531, when the Catholic and Reformed cantons were at war, he fell in the battle. However, he bedded a soul in Switzerland. John Calvin was a theologian and lawyer of French origin. In his country, he became acquainted with Luther's Reformation and joined it. However, the French king, Francis I, persecuted the Protestants, and he too had to flee. He published his large-scale work entitled Christiani Religionis Institutio, in which he tried to summarize the system of the Christian religion. This book became a great success. He was invited to Geneva and appointed pastor of the city church. Calvin was a wonderful orator, and as an excellent lawyer, he developed a state system based on biblical principles. In other words, people had to conform to the teachings of the Gospels in their everyday lives too. He forbade pub-going, card playing, and dancing, as he himself lived a puritanical life. Women had to get rid of their jewelry. Violators were severely punished. Calvin had two acts of reform that were adopted by other Christian churches. On the one hand, he built an ecclesiastical council, a consistory, which consisted of 9 ministers and 12 lay members. This council made decisions on a strictly biblical basis, independent of the secular. These services were unadorned so that nothing would distract people from the teaching. He placed Jesus Christ's personality and the Holy Scriptures at the center. Instrumental accompaniment and polyphonic singing were forbidden. He thought that only the psalms were worthy of glorifying God. Therefore, he had all the 150 psalms translated into French and then set to music by a well-known composer. The Geneva's Psalter of Calvin had an extremely great influence on the entire Christian world. It was called musical water and bread because it contained only simple melodies. He later inspired generations of composers throughout Europe. Calvin, therefore, started a huge process of purification in the materialistic Christian church, and it is to his great credit that he brought the teaching of the Gospels into the everyday life.